The Forging of the Mystic Hammer. When faithful Teodar appealed to this sagacious Eamon for his great knowledge, these were the words uttered unto him. The things that can injure the agents of chaos are the finest of Mitharo's gifts. It begins in the fire. Go forth and seek the hottest of fuels. The most tremendous of coals will not suffice. No, you must build the forge around the fire itself. There is such a place deep within the plateaus of Menetire. It is the fire of Helios and Vrakor, thrown from the heavens. A piece of this fire lies deep underground, and there it burns eternally. Vlaskar, the bloomer and reckoner of the sands, will build a forge so that you may bring order to the terrible flames. Next, you must seek the metal to form the head. Of ores, you must have the purest, and for this you need the stone of the Arathi. There is an ancient place, in Menetire, where it is said that the Arathi once walked. Far below the ruins of this hall you will find a sacred stone. It will gleam a silvery blue and shine in the dimmest light. It will be lightweight, but of tremendous hardness. This is the metal of the gods themselves. You will require the light of Mithros. There's only one who knows the intricacies of the great order of the world, the disciple of Mitharo's word, Saint Hadwin himself. A humbler, holier man you will never find, yet he holds the secrets of Mitharo's plan within his work. Beseech his aid, that his sage crafting may produce the purest of gems, such that the perfect order and unity of being is given form. This gem shall be placed into the center of the hammer's head. Finally, the haft must be created by Avan Andurin. It must be flawless and worthy of a mystic hammer. It must be perfect, and he cannot stray from this design by even a hair's breadth. It will require patience and fortitude, a steady but firm hand, and a measured and even judgment. It will be the greatest weapon ever crafted by human hands, and only the mastery by which Andurin possesses can achieve this. I guess I got up to some hot bullshit or whatevs, because I just pressed A, and I don't even have the ability to craft. Whoops. Where is it? Skills? Yeah. I now have 1 point of blacksmithing because of that. Reading that, but I crafted it already before reading it, which is kind of funny. But I think it was like, the thing calls out to you and hearkens that you doth create it correctly and whatnot. Via, like, magic fate stuff. Because I don't know how to make my hammer. Out we go. Around the corner once more. I think that might be where I have to go for the main story even. Funnily enough. At least I already have things on my map down here. And I don't have a lot of dangling stuff going on for the side factions right now. I believe the only one I have besides this one is this Thieves quest that I'm kind of ignoring at the moment. Or maybe forever. Probably forever. Because of the type of character it requires to be both build and, like, morality. So I think if those marks are there, they must be there for the main story. Because the main story told me to go so far away, and I was probably like, yeah, you know, I'm going to do the side quest, actually. But then the side quest also made me go really far, and now I've kind of accidentally explored, like, half the map anyway. My rule kind of went away a bit. Maybe a bit of realizing that just hemming and hawing over which thing to do eventually is just like, eventually you just want to hunker down and just accept that you're just gonna run for a while. And let's just get some shit done instead of hoping I'll, you know, like, nudge towards it later. The sooner I run across the map and unlock a variety of fast travel points along the way, the sooner the entire dilemma vanishes. Hey everybody. You guys are way faster than me. Can I have your secret?
Look, Beeson has carved his own way into the mountain, and that will be our route as well. Let's go.
We're going to the top?
Yes, the crown will emerge at Cloudcrest's summit. That's where Beeson will be.
Okay, but if one of you jumps off the roof and forms a big crater, I'm gonna get really mad at you.
Oath. Blade.
Oath blade. Alright, here we go. Try to keep up, everybody. Hup, 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 hup. Hey, cultist, bye, cultist. Hup, 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 hup. It's a remarkable amount of pet. Look, check out that this is blue and orange. That's decade appropriate. That was, I mean, it's still common enough, but that was like, there was a lot of blue and orange in games when this game came out. Look at that pleasing contrast. What if that was the art style of every game? I mean, we were coming out of every game being brown, so in some ways it was an upgrade. It was just so consistently the same that it starts to wear. Oh, I even dodged the tornadoes. Those are usually such a problem for me. Holy fuck, this is a lot of fights.
Hold them back. You
Okay,
go on. Do what you came to do.
Do I hit it? Ow! 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 He stood in the direction of the thing that makes me do that. Ow! Ow. I'm gonna die. Ah, right. Oh, it did happen. I thought I couldn't face walls when that happens. It keeps telling me, hey, do you want to kill players? Or kill NPCs? I don't know which NPC. But they're suggesting I kill. Alright, so how do I get past you? Ow! Let's see, do I have to equip the hammer? Yeah, that is the idea. That's why we crafted it. So I could have just done that and would have been able to get past the fights too. That douchebag though, I was trying to fight him and he put his back to the pillar, so I couldn't cast my spells because they would hit the pillar. I can't target him correctly. Ow. There we go. I had to give up on that for a few reasons. I was getting really. I think the hammer it might make me slow. Oh my god, they are destructible. But I also couldn't I couldn't target the thing when there was a person to fight. So you won, and that you made me kill you. It does 4 damage, then it does 1 billion damage. Combat. If I actually looted these guys, the combat would take 3 times as long because of how little time the actual combat's taking.
What have you done, you fool? Do you think this war can be won without me? Mortals cannot triumph against such malice.
What would you have done?
We've fought this war for more than 10 years. We could fight 100 more, and for nothing. I could have ended it. I could have promised 1,000 years of peace and protection under my rule. With Kamazandu at my side, and a Niskaru host at my command, who could threaten us? No one.
Niskaru Lord, follow you.
Follow me? I would have freed it, of course. And Farlong was sure the web of spells would... I could feel its fire coursing in my veins. We were nearly one voice, one mind. What difference who follows whom? But you have severed the bond. It would have given me power, the power to save us all. And you took that from me. For that, you will pay.
Ooh.
Now die.
How well would you say this, my persuasion worked? Because we are fighting to the death. Ow! I'm slowed right now, aren't I? Oh, god damn it. Just hit people. Thank you. Alright, that's a lot of them down. God, I'm so slow. Alright, that's everyone dead but the boss. Hello. Decent chunk of your health gone. That does like half his health. Oh, he teleported away. I'm still using this stupid hammer. So slow. Ugh. Come on, let me fucking move. No, target. Ugh. Oh man, when was the last save? Where am I? Oh, here, okay. It's the usual clunky, distressing controls where you can't control yourself very well and so on, and you're like, please just work. Crossed with, they have ice magic, so they're slowing me, which makes my character fucking completely unresponsive. You try to even slightly muddle your way towards a single command, and your character is just like, yeah, just keep holding that joystick that direction for about 10 seconds, and eventually, if I feel like I might do what you want, but I still will probably target the wrong guy. Let's be honest. I'll probably still go target the other guy for fun. Ow, stop it. Hey, bud. Yeah, I tried to catch them both in the same attack earlier, but no. Just get that cone off early before you have to deal with that. Okay. Let's get back to the good weapon. I'm not fighting that guy with the hammer. That was not good. Summon you in advance. And then skip the dialogue. Watch me fail that 95% check now. Not that it seemed to do anything besides give me experience.
What have you done? Do you think this war can be won without with Kamazan follow? But now
Ow. Teleporting doesn't do much for you when I've already hit you with the fire. God, that does so much damage. I think it teleports away because he has like a phase 2 that starts once I do half his health. Ah, these guys. The hunters are really annoying. There we go. Why? How did that hit no one? What the fuck? How did it go exactly between everyone? That was astonishing. God, I can't fucking deal with these guys. There we go. God damn. Alright, Dick. Uh-oh. Bad news for you! Oh, he didn't like that.
Well, little one, it seems I won't be stretching my limbs so soon. It is a shame that the mage proved so feeble an instrument of my will. Would that I had a better, stronger one.
No. Make me your instrument? That seems like a very bad... What can you do? You're trapped.
That is true. What a shame. I was nearly free after so long. But the seal is cracked, and my mind may now wander. Imagine what I could do if I had an instrument through which to act as well.
Nobody... Why would anyone want to be somebody's instrument? Oh yeah, I'll just do whatever you want for no reason, person I've never met before. You could just take over my... Fuck you.
Your glory is bright, little one. but in less than a blink of my eye, your candle will flicker and fade. A whiff of smoke, then nothing. But I will be here still. I will chuckle when you die. And when I am freed, I will laugh until the seas boil and the mountains shake. I will wait, but not for long.
How do I destroy this place?
You have made your choice.
I didn't fucking click on you. Shut up. How do I delete this place? Just eliminate the whole thing. Helm of Hideous Visage. I can't use it. Probably worth money.
Were you? I saw it all from over there. You were like one of the first sworn in living flesh. When
Thanks
you're
for your
ready,
help.
head back to the hall of the first sworn. Don't keep us waiting there, all right? Hall of the first
Seems like it'd be a bit of a waste to be like, hey, you know, remember how I... Oh, fuck.
sworn. Don't delay.
How do I leave? Oh, crap. I gotta run all the way back again. Just let me fast travel from this place. Alright, let's run through the whole dungeon backwards. Guess loot these. Hey! So that's how Detect Hidden Skill works. It actually randomly gives you bonus money separately. And it calls it out. Wait, Nah, no mana. Greater health regen. I haven't needed one again, but it was so overpowered for that getting past that one fight that it was actually hard that. Yeah. God damn it! I'm trying to run. They made it the same button. It was so useful for defeating the only hard boss so far that it's like my biggest priority now is just to stock up on super regen potions whenever I can. Seems like a no-brainer. Okay, at least this side looks like it has drop points. Whoop. This guy has shins made of just adamantium. Look at him go. Hey guys, your entire cult's dead. You probably shouldn't fight me. You'd be dying for nothing. I already... Actually, they might be able to just walk up there and become the guy's instrument. Like, if... Since I didn't destroy it, it seems like anybody else could just become their instrument. Granted, he probably wants somebody powerful. But it's not good that I walked away from it without doing anything. But that doesn't mean that I see becoming the guy's... what enemies are near? What? There was no enemies near. I guess I just was in the combat state from the previous screen still, and I needed a moment. It's a bit of a throwaway to be like, it's me, the guy that doesn't have a fate. Isn't that crazy? Anyway, I'm gonna submit my will to this random demon dude or whatever. I guess he gets to decide what I do now.
You have done great deeds. You have shined brightly as Caerwyn's blade and cleared the dust from our most glorious past. You have felled foes beyond imagining and stayed true and sworn to war. Therefore, I proudly bestow upon you the high and treasured rank of True Sworn. With one hand, we remain sworn to war in the noble mercenary's creed. With the other, we shall keep watch and strike at every Niskaru threat.
And I guess that's the Warstorm faction done with. Yep. Oh. +1 to might abilities, don't have any. 10% crit chance versus Niskaru, 6% done. Okay, none of that's useful. I mean, one of them is like one of them helps damage Niskaru, I guess, and they're like the main villain, so that's useful. But beyond that, just the story. And it once again was the evil plot of a wizard dude, basically. And this one, it's a bit of a variation. This one was like receiving whispers and messages from the demon-y thing that he wanted to work for. Kind of. I'm stretching it a bit. Is that the one that's over here? Overlook camp. Oops. So that one's up there. I thought one of them was nearby. Yeah, that's the one. There we go. Back to it. So I grabbed every point around here except for this one. I might as well take a look. Well, that was the Warthorn storyline. Not gonna lie, I'm coming up a bit disappointed. This game's packed with like an overflowing amount of content, and many separate people indicated that these storylines were like the best the game had to offer, besides the main story. And there's not. I don't think I can't say that I see it. Like what was impressive about really any of these storylines. They're very brief, like all things considered, massively padded out by dungeons that I run through instead of fighting through, because then they'd only be more padded out. But like the actual story content's relatively lean, and then and while it's at that, in many cases, kind of repetitive. I think this one was probably the most interesting so far, and it still kind of came up flat to an extent. Oop. I think it's partly because there's just a lack of interesting characters at the core of these things. So it's just like, there's some kind of a big threat. Here's an organization that wants you to fight it. You beat it. And it's a bit underwhelming in that element. But it did open with a conspiracy of like, ooh, somebody let them in. Who was it? Ah, we're gonna cage this person because they might have done it. And then you're like, you gotta prove that I'm innocent. And it's like, and then you follow the key, and you find the person who made the copy, and you find out that the person who made the copy pretended to have the permission to do that when they didn't. So there's like a little fake out there with the gnome finding out, oh, I did it. Did I do something crimey? Whoops. But then the cult stuff starts, and then it's like, you know, there's a cult, beat the cult, make the super thing that solves the problem. Yeah, I think it's where they lost me. It wasn't totally wowing me yet, but like that was definitely more intriguing, like the steps we took to like kind of follow up on them. But then I just hilariously beat every stage of infiltrating their weird organization via a series of hilariously brief persuasion checks that were so brief it actually was hard to tell what was even happening in the story, because the conversations were barely conversations, and then I was just chasing the cult leader, and then I beat him. So like the wings kind of fell off of that one mid-flight, narratively. Because when I thought back to the beginning of the narrative, I'm like, oh yeah, wait, this actually did start off interesting, and then it didn't anymore. But like the previous quest with the mages was just, someone's possessed, I beat him. Someone's possessed, I beat him. Someone's possessed, I beat him. We should like do what she wants and release her for some reason. Oh no, I'm dead. Okay, I beat her. That was the entire mage guild. Oh no.
You are my contact. I should have known. Punctuality is not one of your papal strengths, and you have so few.
Punctualities or people? You asked for me?
You may recall our mutual friend, Fatesworn Hughes. The gnome who brought you back to life? I suspect you would, but I gather you've been quite busy. Well, Scholar Hughes has been missing since the attack on his tower. As his patron, I am quite concerned. I want you to find him. You are, how shall I say, uniquely suited to the task.
Because I'm the leader of the House of Ballads, or because I'm the leader of the Mages Guild? Can I trust you?
I could ask the same question. For all I know, Fatesworn Hughes is on the run from you. I am willing to assume that's not the case. Simply put, you may be my only chance of locating Hughes, just as I may be yours.
That sounds like we're mutually incapable of locating him. Yeah, you better hope I'm not Frankenstein's monster. Why do you seek Hughes?
Don't be obtuse. I am his patron. As such, I own everything that Scholar Hughes produces. I suppose that includes you as well. The secrets in his laboratories are meant for gnome eyes only. They must be controlled at any cost.
Dramatic. Can't you find him?
It would seem the incident in Alistar made Scholar Hughes a touch paranoid. Every time we receive a clue about his location, he vanishes before I can reach him. But he's running out of places to hide. It's my opinion that there's one hope left of finding Hughes. You.
If you keep finding new clues, then it certainly sounds like he's still alive then. If he wanted to find me though, you think he would have noticed when I became the leader of the Mages Guild or something? And a few other things. I've been making some noise. I'll find Hughes for you.
And I'm grateful. Scholar Hughes is quite fortunate to have friends like us. Hughes has an old laboratory in the cavern of Saltwell Mines. I believe he's been conducting research there since the destruction of Alistar Tower. Find him, and you will be rewarded for your contribution to science. I will await your success in the Librarium in Odessa.
Okay. It's always so far. Oh, and this is right here.
What is it?
The I didn't agree with either dialogue choice. As far as I can tell, they're doing the Mass Effect thing where the top option is the good-ish one and the bottom one is the more aggressive or negative one. And the bottom one was like, oop. Okay, you know, there's a mini boss here. Let's do a thing. Well, that deleted her. 2,000 damage. No, not quite. You really have to hammer that shit. Only 2k. Hard, they say. Who do you think you are? But the bottom option was like, Hughes will answer to me. And I'm like, that seems dramatic. What the fuck? But the top one was like, I will find Hughes for you. I'm like, I'm not finding Hughes for that guy. I talked to that guy to find Hughes for me. I don't give a shit about this guy. I need to find Hughes. If he's not helping me find Hughes, then I don't really have much reason to loop him in on anything. Not that this game's overwhelming it with choice, so like, you know, the story's just gonna play out as it do. There will at most be a binary choice at some point, but in many cases, there's not even that. Which is rough, because having interesting dilemmas is one of the ways you make people be engaged with the story of your game. You already have the obstacle of it being so lore-heavy and difficult to parse and dense, while also not being big on like the more eye-catching things like cool character moments, intense like set pieces, and just like intriguing mysteries. It's kind of like a flat lore of blah blah blah. There's the Lord of the Herpel Derp, hoppa dappa doop, and you gotta get the magic thingy to stop him. I did it, and we kind of done a variation of that story over and over again. It's like you barely have to understand what's happening to proceed, which really reduces the reason to pay that much attention to it, which is kind of a bummer. But then they also don't really ask you to make choices in a lot of the cases that are particularly compelling, which is one of the ways that you heighten people's interest in the stuff. Another way is to have companion characters that react in certain ways to things, or they have a personal stake and investment in it. They can explain why they care so much, and then that's just useful in multiple ways. Like there's the Mass Effect system of having your party members that are from a variety of different parts of the society, and they can explain to you like, oh, here's what a Dokofar is, and here's what a gnome is like, and our societies are like this. It's like, I'm a Turian, and I'm an Asari, and so on. That's just like a go-to template for how to like make your party in an RPG, is to have them all be from different walks of life, and that helps you understand the world because you care about your party members and you want to learn about them, and as a result you learn about the world. And that's like, you're kind of walking uphill unnecessarily if you make a game that doesn't have party members, because of the fact that you miss out on that opportunity. But you can still do it by having like a reoccurring cast of characters that you interact with very frequently in a way that you might do with party members. They just don't happen to follow you around constantly in dungeons. But this game doesn't really do that either, especially since we have like the Dokofar lady is almost completely unwilling to actually talk about much. She's too busy trying to be mysterious all the time. So we just have the Fate Weaver guy talk about fates, basically. But his entire idea of fates is shattered immediately in the first quest, so he doesn't really talk about it as much because he's like, ah, my life's a lie. Which is amusing, and it's why I remember him more than almost any other character. But the opportunity's being missed a bit here because there isn't that many recurring characters and there are no party members. Then, of course, you have Kim Kutsuragi from Disco Elysium, which is a single, ridiculously detailed and well-realized character that is with you for basically the entire game unless you actively try to remove him. And he just, like, colors everything constantly, and him having reactions or interest in things makes you more interested in things, and you're wondering how he's going to react to things, and you wonder how he'll think of you for doing certain things, and that game's so fucking genius. But anyway, here's notes. Laboratory facilities are in place, and the arid environment proves to be an excellent preserving agent for our specimens. This promises to be an excellent site to test my theories. I only wish Fulmerus shared my enthusiasm. They've been here for 21 days. I guess I've been going for a while, but I feel like that might be too much time. Oh, is he dead? Or is it somebody else? Gnomish corpse. By all appearances, the gnome died some time ago, and in a rather brutal fashion. Clutched in his hands are a key and an old scrap of parchment. Received assistant notes. And also people are going to attack me, but we're going to ignore that for the moment. Items. Damn it all. It's bad enough being stuck in this lab after FH left for Alistair. Oh, isn't that where I got made? So this was a while ago then. Now we're all left at the hands of V. I thought we were doing something noble here, but instead I find the work getting grislier by the day. The bodies are lining the hallways now, and there's more than we can clean up by ourselves. Even the incinerator's only half working, and in spite of all our problems, one of the other assistants still thinks they have time for morbid jokes. I found some of the bodies I had moved again. I don't know where this fool, whoever he is finding the time to move around some rotten corpses when we're as busy as we are. I mean, it's not like they can move themselves. Uh-oh. And then here come the zombies. Hello, zombies. Son of Laz. Who's Laz? Boof. 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 Everybody explode. There we go. There we go. Where are they getting all these bodies? I feel like this game could benefit from a Witcher 3 style situation where you see a battlefield that's just like, it's just a mountain. I mean, maybe it'll happen in a later area or something, but like, I think I died in a battle, right? That's what the intro was. Like, it'd be cool if I could see that battle in the environment somewhere, just like an area strewn with corpses from a massive battle of thousands of people. And then there's like necromancer. There could be like some like undead in the area that are like reanimated bodies. There could be things feasting on the bodies. I'm just thinking of things from Witcher 3 now. But like it would help explain where all these bodies are coming from. Because yeah, like this place is apparently using a bunch of bodies. And like at the beginning of the game, I kind of forgot about this because it hasn't come up since. But like that was a massive amount of corpses that I got in the place I got dumped into. And like that is alarming. And then you go into a town, and it's like, hello, we are a town in this game. We have 12 human beings here. I'm like, that's not that many people. How the fuck did they get so many people to lose and die in that battle? Where are all these bodies coming from? They can't be coming from the towns because the populations are tiny, so it must be from a giant battlefield. So I just want to, and like, we'll see if it comes up later, but like, I want to see a battlefield with just bodies everywhere to help explain where these people are getting their research corpses from. Just to like make this setting make a bit more sense. A frying pan and a supply key. Yeah! RNG. Day 142. Wow, a while ago. The lenses are quick to attune to the subjects, and the reanimation was surprisingly simple, but none of my subjects seemed to retain any semblance of their mental state. Or any consciousness at all. I suspect the problem lies in the arcane current. I'm simply not using enough power to transfer the mind along with the body. Fulmerus has voiced too many concerns with the project to be of use. I've already informed the Templar. With any luck, Fulmerus will be shipped off somewhere and I can delve further into my work unimpeded. I thought you said he already left before, but now like days and days later you're trying to get rid of him? Ow, ow, ow. I was able to outrun that before, but it depends on where they place the trap. But maybe he came back and then it's like, ew, get out of the way. I have all of my cool scheming plans. You're getting in the way of my shit. Fight over. 233. My backers have finally agreed to my requests and have provided a piece of Sistine Prismere. I can't imagine what they paid for this or to whom, but the results will surely be worth the bargain. With this, I should have more than enough power for a complete transfer. If anything, there may be too much power. Must remember to stay shielded on the observation deck. I'm guessing he was coming back and forth. So they were like, ah, he left us for that other place. But then like 100 days later, they're like, get rid of him. Get him out of my way. So I'm thinking he must have been going back and forth. Making a menace of himself to the people that are up to the no-goods. This place might not be worth going into, but I'm already here. Oh, spikes. It's funny because I've been playing Orcs Must Die, and I'm seeing those, and I'm like, that's like just straight up the Orcs Must Die trap. Like, there are many a game whomst have spike on floor, but it's remarkable how much that looks exactly like what I'm used to seeing in Orcs Must Die. The incinerator. Oh. Oh, that would have taken them out. That's the half-functioning incinerator they mentioned earlier, I guess. Man, my summon is not helpful half the time. Not that I need any help at the moment. Jeez. I get they're zombies, so it's probably not the best reference point to judge, but man, not putting up a fight. Oh. Maybe it's just because it's convenient. But it's also just like the RNG randomness. But like, I'm always kind of hoping that it'll be perfectly aligned, that I can just press right and I'll just win. Mostly because it's just really amusing to me that that's a possibility, and it's a fun bit of luck to be like, haha, I didn't have to wiggle. First try. Satisfying in its own way. I don't want most of these items. Just gonna make me do merchanty stuff, and I've been having a great time mostly not doing that for the last few hours, honestly. I've been having a bit of a streak. Dude, this spell uses no mana. Oh, wow. Wow. I don't use mana. Look at that. Wow, my mana cost situation has gotten, like, out of control. I can't do anything to spend it. Besides heal, I guess. So, I think healing, and then I think summoning costs a decent chunk. But the actual attacks I'm casting, the meter doesn't even move. That's astonishing. It's funny, I kind of just stopped looking at the meter at some point a lot of the time. So I didn't fully register how nuts I'd gotten. I mean, usually fights end so quickly I don't need to worry about resources, but it's amusing to see that also the resources don't really exist anymore anyway.
I've been down here so long. Is the madness so great that I see the faces of the damned before me? Or is it really you? It is! By the tome! Come closer. Let me look at you. It has been an eternity since I've seen a trusted face.
Are you safe from all the zombies? What's going on here? I'm here to help you.
Are you? In many ways, your awakening has brought me nothing but misery. But that is not your fault. I am to blame for all of it. Wait, do you hear that sound? It could be the Sons of Laz, but it could be someone else.
It's this dick. Why, hello, that dick. He's walking away. Oh, shit. Anyway, they're all dead. That's a lot of them. Holy shit. Is this like a meant to lose situation? Why are there so many? No, I think I won. Oh, I could have used bonus. I could have gotten bonus experience too. That was so many enemies. Oh, I got unlocked this. I'm actually not even sure what the requirement was to get this down this side. I didn't really check. Longsword, hammer, harpoon, skillful defense, blocking, brutal weaponry. All right, whatever. I think I qualify for this soon. Yes. Let's see. I guess I should get this move because I still don't have it. Masterful construction. Plus 7% chance to critical hit. Summon chain attacks. Has 3 hits. So it attacks more and more times in a row. Does the chain hit keep going up? It eventually goes up to 5 hits. So it does get somewhere. Attack from a dodge launches an enemy. Combine the mystic elements of fire, lightning, and ice into a devastating chain of attacks. Attack 1, lightning pulses, pulling enemy towards you, causing 90 damage in an area. Attack 2, fire torches enemies in the area for 130 damage. Attack 3, finish with icy explosion, dealing 100 more damage and slowing enemies. It's hard to say how fast it is or how good it feels. Using different elements makes it definitely is a big turn off your brain moment where you don't have to worry about even trying anymore because you're just using every element with one combo. So you can just use that for the rest of the game. But I don't know how strong is that? This is 220 fire damage and 30 burning damage, and then this multiplied the burning damage and marker flame damage by even more. So it's at that point it's up to 300, and then there's all my bonuses on top of that. But 300 is like the number we're looking at, or more. So this is not very good. I have to do all of them to maybe do as much damage as the fire, if I'm even right about that. But, you know, I already have my existing skills. I'd like to make them stronger if I can. Hold the button for Stormbolt to summon forth lightning from the heavens, smiting all nearby foes. That might be the upgrade we need to make this skill more useful. 360 lightning damage and 30 shocking damage in an area, as opposed to 90 damage and then an explosion with a stun. Yeah, no, I definitely want that shit, and then it's gonna get stronger. This might be the thing that makes this attack more viable, since the other ones are getting a little bit pointless. Life Leech is good, but I don't expect my dude to actually... Like, I don't really expect my guy to do damage, so crit isn't very interesting to me. I might get it eventually. Or maybe I'll buy finesse stuff eventually. I don't know. Probably gonna max out my lightning. I'll get my chakram skills just to have them, I guess. So yeah, this is the normal attack, and this is the delay attack. Oop. And then this is the dodge attack. That's fun. But yeah, there's that timing offset that you see in, like, I think Devil May Cry and Bayonetta, where you pause for a moment and then a different attack happens. Takes a bit of practicing to finesse the specifics of the timing, but you get there. In this game's case, the attacks are pretty slow, so you have to wait for it to come back to my hand, basically. And that's when I get to do that.
The last we spoke, it was the Tuatha that reduced my lad to cinders. Now it's assassins. Everywhere I go, destruction follows. I have grown so weary of it, my friend. All I ever wanted was to unlock death's secrets, to shed light on the shadows. I never wanted this. Thank you. For more than just your protection, for being the one good thing to come of this disaster. I have few friends, but I gladly count you among them.
Do you distrust Octien?
I trust him with my life, which is why I've been trying to contact him since I fled Alistar, but to no avail. Where is he now that I need him most? Wait. Of course. He is the one I trust most, and the one who would benefit most from my death. I am a fool! Octien is behind the assassins. And now that you and I are together, he will try to kill us both. Why did I not see this before? If he could repair the Well of Souls in Alistar, then he has no need of me. Not if he has Ventrinio.
I mean, is there any evidence anyone can repair the well? I think he needs you. Seems like a bad idea. Who is Ventrinio?
Ventrinio de Selini. We used to work together in this lab on projects sponsored by Templar Octien. But when we were tasked with creating the well, Ventrinio sought to use any means at our disposal, regardless of the implications or consequences. Eventually, he was taken away, and I was sent to work at Alistar. But it seems he continued his work here, long enough to create those monsters.
Did we just introduce, like, a intensely Italian-named person? Where does that name come from? Like, what country has Italian names in this fantasy setting? What are Sons of Laz?
They are the animated dead. Early experiments
Lazarus.
in the field of immortality. They will forever haunt these cursed caverns. Ventrinio named them after a mythical figure who rose from the dead. He looked on them and saw potential. I see only abominations.
Can you get me to Alabastra?
No, not me. But Ventrinio's old notes suggest that he may know a way into Alabastra. I wonder, perhaps, is it possible that you have met Ventrinio already? That would explain it. You were attuned to his well, but raised from mine. Unfortunately, the only way to find Ventrinio is to go through Templar Octien, which will not be easy now that we know of his treachery.
I can just defeat everything, it's fine. I'll force Octien to talk.
Octien is a powerful sorcerer with tremendous influence. If you attacked him outright, you would lose all credibility.
Okay.
We must play his game. The only one capable of dealing with Octien in Odessa will be another Templar. Luckily, we have one. Her name is Templar Joriel, and she is reputed for her wisdom and strength of character. She and Octien rarely see eye to eye on matters of policy.
I'll just kick everyone's ass until I'm the leader of the Templars too. It seems to work for every organization. How can Joriel help us?
If Joriel can make Octien answer for his crimes, then we will gain access to his information. That includes the location of Ventrinio's lab. If you wish to uncover the mystery of your death, then you will need Ventrinio. He is the key to Alabastra. Find Templar Joriel in Odessa. We don't have much evidence, but I have a feeling she will help us.
We're blackmailing Octien?
Oh, don't call it that. You're just having a talk with Octien in the library. In return for your discretion, he'll give us what we want. I know it's unpleasant, but when you work with the Templars, you just start thinking this way. It helps you stay alive.
I'm trying to actively pay attention to the dialogue, like, by which I mean, like, I'm trying to, like, actively, like, figure out why it's, like, a lot of it's not grabbing me. And something I am noticing is that a ton of the dialogue is just, like, incredibly functional and nothing else. So it is, like, the basest exposition of, like, being the it's essentially like the a long form version of a quest log prompt of do this next, go here and fight this at this place. So like that's why I am so quick to notice that, like, they sure do just start spouting a bunch of names, and it's because they're almost every quest is practically immediately a just like the prompt of what to do next on your mission. Not even really much reinforcement of what your mission is half the time, or discussing what the characters care about or up to as people or so on, or like the drama of what's going on, or like how people are feeling, and like just a number of other things that you might write. It's instead just immediately like, blasted, that's what's happening? Okay, we need to go to this place and get the chalice of Vushtabach and kill the thingy at the place, then meet me over here. And it's like having the same conversation over and over again for almost every quest, but you Mad Libs the script so that slightly different words happen each time. But I'm not going to the same places, but I'm going to places that feel like the same places, and I'm doing what feels like the same actions to then meet another character that gives me basically the same prompt yet again about the next quest. And it's just like, you should want more. There's like a kind of uninspiredness to it that feels like that shouldn't be the case when you have this kind of like, wow, we got these big name fantasy people to work on this and so on. And also you wanted to make an entire franchise out of this, implying that this was going to be like your big break. Well, that's a pretty long cast, but it's a pretty big boom too. You just gotta have the opening. Which, good luck with that. But if you were trying to launch an entire universe with this, I would definitely... You want some more grabby narratives.
Rattlesnake was a vain and ugly creature. He crawled in dark places and avoided the other desert animals. He was lonely but refused to act like it. One day, while sitting under a rock and wishing to be happy, he saw a desert runner sprinting past. "Wait," it called to the bird. "I have a favor to ask of you."
Am I insane? I am usually multitasking whenever I listen to one of those things, so I don't necessarily fully grasp it, but like, I don't know. When I hear audio logs from BioShock and whatnot, like they can be pretty enthralling, and even if I'm kind of still exploring while I'm listening to them. But these, I think among other things that these might be just fragments of a story. Maybe you have to collect all of the ones on the entire particular map, and then all the ones on that map tell one story, and then you listen to them all together. But then it feels like a waste to even play it. And I'm not even sure if that's how it works, but if it does work that way, maybe they shouldn't even play the audio. Maybe they should just be like, "You've collected 1 of 6 of the hubba dubba dubba." And then it's like, oh, okay, I gotta go get the other 5. And then when you get all 5, you're like, oh shit, here's the story. And then it actually, like, goes somewhere. There's a few times where it's like poetry, and I'm like, I don't know if I grasped what they meant to say with that because I missed the prose. But sometimes they just tell a little story. Like, there was once a lonely person, and then he asked for some help, and then no more words. Seemed to be like what the last one was. Maybe I'm making a fool of myself because I just like blanked on part of it or something while I was playing the game. But I feel like they just didn't tell a story. They just gestured at the idea that there is a story, which makes me think that it's a fragment. But then, like, I'm getting this far without realizing that because it's weird that they don't, like, tell you how many there are and where to collect them, because it's not satisfying to randomly hear, like, 2 sentences out of context.
Hold right there, newcomer. I welcome you to Odessa, but before you enter, I must catalogue your visit. Please answer the questions as truthfully as possible. It's imperative that our tallies be accurate. Now, what brings you to Odessa?
I'm on personal errands.
Yes, well, at least you look more put together than some of the people that came here before you. Poor sods. With any luck, your errands go without incident. Now, where have you come to Odessa from?
I am the leader of the Mages Guild. I can't say that. Probably shouldn't name him. My only options are to name him in various ways, though. Alistar, likely not heard of it.
Alistar? You mean you've come from Fomerus Hughes' laboratory? Yes, I see it now. They were wrong about your nose, but you match the description of the one I was to look out for. We can dispense with the remainder of my questions. You are free to enter Odessa. You will be lodged in the Sandstone Villa, temporarily.
They were wrong about your nose? What'd they say about my nose? Is it time to get a new insecurity today? Giving me a house, I'm honored.
This is rare, newcomer. Very rare. If I can speak frankly, I'm not sure this is the blessing you take it to be. True, you have been saved from the squalid lodgings of the Hospitalis quarters. But Sandstone Villa is reserved for, well, it is not my place to speak of it. This key will provide you with access to the villa. You would do well to be very aware of your surroundings, stranger. Now, good day.
So crime people, basically. Sandstone Villa.
Not everyone is given a villa just for arriving here. But I'd be careful. A gifted necklace can easily be a golden chain. Yes, yes, go on.
He's like, a free house may not be the blessing you take it to be, and immediately I'm thinking like, what, does Tom Nook own it? Do I have a loan to pay off now all of a sudden? I don't even play those games. I didn't get it. I think I tried New Leaf or something, and I was like, I don't understand this franchise. Or I guess just... I understand the concept, like, when you... Like, I'll get... Some MMO will get its hooks into me sometimes, and I'll be like, alright, let's do my daily rep grinds, and I'm like, why am I doing this? But, like... Animal Crossing never got its hooks into me. I poked at it a bit, and I'm like, none of the things are that fun to do. And I don't really care about doing more of them. And how long am I supposed to play? I didn't have like a reason to turn it on every day, which is like the basic hook of why, because you're supposed to play it like every day.
Yes? What do you want? I am not in the habit of making conversation with strangers, especially one of your stature. Please be quick.
Templar Octien is a criminal.
I see. Think very, very carefully about what you are saying. Octien is a Templar. He is in a position of the highest authority. And who, may I ask, are you? For you to accuse Octien without having a direct confession is not only meaningless, but contrary to all our procedures.
But he's part of a conspiracy. Press A? It's not working. This happens often-ish. I'll take a few times to press A and it'll finally register. This time I pressed it 3 times already. Wow.
Even if this were true, or even already suspected, it would have to be corroborated by Octien himself. That requires a confession. As he is not here to present the charges himself, I must assume that no such confession exists. Now, I have done all I can for you. Please, trouble me no further with this matter, especially with such insufficient evidence.
You need to stop Octien.
We have already discussed this. Nothing short of a confession would convict him. As such, Templar Octien will remain undisturbed in the Livrarium.
Well, you didn't prove to be very helpful, now did you? I would be worried that something was wrong with my A button, but then, of course, I remember that I use the A button all the time for like running and using all the menus and looting and so on, and it never fails to register.
Hello. I'm here to send regrets on behalf of Templar Joriel. While she wishes to extend you aid, she's stymied by protocol. What she gave you was an official response. I'm here to give you another response. A personal one.
How the fuck did you talk to her and then head me off? Like, how did you get here? Who are you?
I am a political aide for Templar Joriel. I operate in a number of capacities for the Templars' official and unofficial business.
What are you talking about?
My superior has suspected for some time the crimes that you've levied against Templar Octien. But like you, she is frustrated by his status. Allow me to be direct. If you can make Templar Octien publicly acknowledge his crimes, then Templar Joriel will reward you. She will be your patron of sorts.
What am I supposed to do?
You wish to bring the Templar to justice, yes? Then you must get him to publicly acknowledge his crimes in some form. As my superior no doubt told you, the Templar may be found in the Livrarium. I suggest you go there.
This is a citizen's arrest. I'm here to ask you a question. with my chakrams, which are not distinctly axe-like. Listen, sometimes you just gotta force the pun. It's a reflex. Going around this side, I think.
Yes.
Now we're in Dwarf Town. There's a whole bunch here. Nice change in aesthetic, seeing a different group entirely in a different living situation.
Yes.
Somewhat astonishingly, I think I've heard people refer to the quests in this game as the 200, which I think might be the number of quests, which, oh! Which, given all the expansions, might be a lot higher now. That's a big ol' investment. Hello. Oh. You. Are you meditating?
You're alive. What an unexpected and quite unfortunate turn of events.
That's a weird thing to say to someone. Really weird to just say to someone's face, wow, you're alive. That's not good. The fuck? You're not gonna play... Not even gonna feign ignorance. Like, there was apparently not evidence that he was behind this. Like, it was only a moment later when he was like... We basically determined that he was the one behind this because of the timing of the assassin attack and the fact that he, like... Humorous decided this guy must benefit the most from killing him, probably. It's very funny that he was like, I would trust him with my life. Then 1 second later, he's like, oh, he's the one trying to kill me, isn't he? Like, 1 second later. That was like the shortest lived, I trust anyone with my life thing. Yeah. Well, what did you expect?
For starters, he expected you to be rotting in a sandy ditch somewhere. Supper for the carrion birds. Understand, you and I are alike. All we both want is to see this business reach its end.
Ah, you're trying to be all chummy with me. It sounds like you're also then going to forgive me if I kill you the way you were planning on killing me. After all, we all just want the same thing. I killed your thugs.
Ha! Their white palm are hardly thugs. Simply finding them cost me a small fortune, when I expect to be reimbursed with this failure.
Well, if you wanted them to be good, you probably should have hired people that were capable of not standing in a cone shape, because it's really the weakness of most of my enemies is they stand in a cone shape, and then I'm like, I snap my fingers and they explode. So pro tip, get me to Ventrinio.
Or what? You'll slaughter me in a murderous rage?
Yeah.
Typical. Your kind is as predictable as it is stupid. I'm afraid you'll find me quite hard to kill. Unfortunately, I cannot say the same for you. Attack me in this city, and I won't just have you clapped in irons. No, I'll hand you over to the scholars in the Basilica for research.
And why are you hard to kill?
A long career supporting vivification research has left me with certain advantages. You could say I'm more resilient than most of your enemies.
I mean, I could just keep burning. Justice will be done.
The wise and the foolish both die. Is that justice? With the well of souls, I can change that. I can choose who deserves life. To think that Hughes gave away such a gift to you. Well, we've seen how you wasted your life. Perhaps I'll give Intrinio your corpse to examine. After all, you met your first death as his assistant. It would be a reunion.
You know how I died?
Of course. And it's such a pity you'll never find out.
He's annoying as— oh wait, are we fighting? Ow! Dick. You burned all your books! Why'd you do that? Ow. That takes a while to cast. Alright, well. I was under the impression that he's like, haha, you can't attack me. I've thought of everything. But now here I am attacking him, kind of. Well. Come at me, bro. Oh, no, no, we're just fighting him now. I thought the whole point of that conversation was all about how I'm not gonna fight him, but it seems not to be the case. Alright, get this off between his attacks. Oop, shit. Too early. No, I'm slow now. Slow sucks. Thank you for tanking attacks for— ow! Stop it. He exploded. You seem vulnerable to this attack. What? Oh, he teleported out of it, didn't he? You little prick. Not gonna lie, being pummeled by a bunch of projectiles constantly that stun you, kind of just annoying. Get him. There you go. Ow. There's some damage. Nope. Well, he took no damage. That's definitely like a Metroid Prime style, like, health gate, where he's not allowed to take damage as he enters his next phase or something. Come on, man. Lock on. He's just not taking damage, is he? Alright, guys. That's a lot of you guys. Alright, you could just not attack the guy in front of me, I guess. Alright, I guess I'm not allowed to hit him. Well, it's a bad time for him. His health is gated. I'm not allowed to hurt him anymore. I did too much damage too fast, so the fight has to cheat. There we go, I can hurt him again. He had to reach that milestone or something. You were hilariously outclassed, sir. He teleported away, but I still detonated on him. Unfortunately, he's health gated again, I guess. You can't jump, you can't get ahead of things. You gotta see the entire set piece and summon every assassin. And the game will make him invincible if it has to make that happen. God damn it. There we go. Stop it. Oh, my talisman's broke. Where am I? Camera loses his goddamn mind. I would dare. Look at me go. Oh my god. Jesus Christ. I just home run bat him into the fucking church or whatever. That's a custom animation for that scenario.
Well, if setting fire to the livrarium and hiring assassins is not an admission of guilt on Octien's part, I certainly don't know what is. It is clear that we Templars must make him assume responsibility for his actions, overt as well as hidden. Even though you went against my explicit instruction, you were effective. You have my respect.
So Octien's finished.
Should he survive the wounds earned in battle, I should think so. To that effect, I have ordered a moratorium on all of his current studies and projects. All, perhaps, save this mysterious Well of Souls. That one will take some deliberation, considering its various ethical and societal ramifications. Regardless, Gnome Society is in your debt. and we always pay what is owed.
I need to find Ventrinio.
Ventrinio Desalini. One name I never expected to be brought into this business. It seems he has escaped the gallows yet again. I believe your friend Scholar Hughes may be able to help. While you were here, my people found him salvaging the tomes Octienne attempted to burn. Now, you must excuse me. A Templar has fallen from power, and Odessa's political buzzards are circling.
What was that popping noise that was happening? Did it make a recording mistake?
Yes. It was my mistake to assume that Octienne would go quietly, or that he would leave evidence behind. Such a waste. Some of those books he burned were centuries old, but luckily for us, I was able to salvage some from the flames.
Is there anything of worth?
Oh, a great many prizes. Treatises on the nature of death, tables upon tables of autopsy analyses, but only one item of true value. Octienne's diary. Based off of what I've read in these pages, Ventrinio has been working on an island off of Cluricon.
That's behind Tuatha lines.
True, but this young lady says she has a way to fix that. I'm not sure how you know Elinshire, but she seems quite eager to speak with you. When you meet Ventrinio, be careful. His genius comes at the price of his sanity. He may want to kill you the second time around for good measure. If he hasn't yet gone completely mad, Ventrinio should be able to get you into Alabastra.
What about your work?
Unfortunately, research on the Well of Souls will be put on hold. Octienne organized it in secret, and the other Templars will want to learn all they can of it. But I do not think I'll be idle in the meantime. With Octienne out of the way, there will be need of a new Templar in Odessa.
5% experience bonus. Yeah, why not? Unraveler. You defeated Octienne and exposed his scheming, thereby proving that unmaking the threads of fate is often as important as measuring and spinning them.
You carry a grave responsibility now, my friend.
Okay. I'm not sure why new dialogue opened after the first one was ended. Y'all gonna arrest him? You gonna take him somewhere? You guys forget about? You should really take him to like a cell and or infirmary. An infirmary cell. A locked infirmary. That's probably the right idea.